Hey all, just want to go over basically now that we've got the Alliance tournament done, um, some takeaways, how to prepare for the next one, what should I buy with the currency, just a few things that I want to chat to you guys about. First of all, well done, hype. We did super. We we stayed in. We were probably the. In fact, I'm almost 100% sure that we are the youngest server in our alliance block, and we still did perfectly. We did quite well. We came 12th, avoiding relegation by a good 200,000, which it's quite close. But all the scores are quite close, so up until the big boys. So looking at this, I think we did really well. So first off, congratulations, guys. Okay, so now moving on to I'm going to briefly go over the store, and then I will move on to how we can prepare for the next one and for everyone to really get the most out of this event, because it is, despite being like it's a there's lots of problems with this event. Um, but that said, there's also a lot to be gained out of it. So and I don't want to excuse the event. I don't want to say that, just because we get good stuff out of it, that it means that the event is good. You know, um, there's a lot they have to fix, and hopefully, this being the second iteration, that they will fix it. Cool. So now moving on to the store, and this is where this event shines. There is an incredible amount of value here. Um, First off, I'm gonna go basically from ups down, right? So when you're at the beginning, for our very early ops people, I think everyone has at this point. But if you haven't, Tom Paris is an absolutely vital crew member to have for below decks. All right. That said, moving on from there, your priority will be split over a few things. I'd like to say. First off, these are incredibly important in powering up your ships, as well as they open refineries, which then the refineries give you Forbidden Tech upgrade tier up material, which is also incredibly important. Also, they're fairly cheap. All these together are, uh, I think they are just over 5,000 for for max pools of each, and I would suggest doing that. Um, After that, there are a couple of primes I would like to talk about, and for that I'm going to bring up this sheet here. Right, so the primes are that I think are incredibly important. First off, these research efficiencies. They are incredibly strong, and this is the cost that we have, right? So they cost 2,000 per particle. You can get 2,000 per packet, and you can get 5 per event. This is per event. This is all in my. You can find this in my tricks channel, and shows you how many you need to get it. So you'll get the if you get all 5 boxes of this open, you'll get to and I'll get when we look at tasks and stuff like that. I'll talk about more how we can get more points. But we had a base of basically 10,000 for winning the event just as the alliance without getting any extra points, which you're going to get much more, and I'll show you how later. Alright, so this is where I would definitely put an immediate goal in. The prime research efficiencies are super. They're going to be useful for a long time. It's an incredible amount of research efficiency. Yeah. After that, these primes also incredibly important. They are weirdly positioned in that on your first one, you'll be able to get enough for almost the first prime, but not quite. On the second one, will get way over the first one, but not quite on the second. But basically, on the third one as well. So this is going to take effectively 18 chests, of which you can only get 5 per event. So if you're going on to this one, then it's going to take you 4 events to max. As with this, to get both of these, is going to take you 4 events to max. These are incredibly important primes. They are super strong. They're going to help you with everything. I can suggest that. Then Um, I don't. I'll go over. There are a couple of other things in the box in the store that are more important than I think the rest of these primes. But worth noting still though, is that this Delta Spike prime is quite nice, giving you additional rolls for isolytic artifacts, which you max fairly quickly. But then even once you've maxed them, then you start to get artifact shards as well, sort of like transporter patterns if you've maxed the officers. So it's not just because you've maxed your or you've hit the max that you can do for your isolytic artifacts. Don't think that getting more is useless. It does have a use. Prime weapon damage 200%. This is so minor. I think it's also very cheap, I guess. If you want to put the points in to get it, I don't suggest it. But yeah, Syndicate XP. So this used to be incredibly good. We now have a lot better ways of getting Syndicate XP. With mirror waves and stuff like that, getting you about 7,500 a day there. It is still quite nice and also not massively expensive to get, so that's also a nice one. These ones, it's only 50%, but it is, if parts efficiency, it's cool, and this one I wouldn't bother. So these are the important ones, these bottom two, and that's what I'd focus on there. I will go over some Emerald Chain stuff afterwards. Right, so then moving on after the primes, I want to talk about the rest of the forbidden techs. So, after you've gotten these two primes, which are the crit primes and that, you can start looking at picking up the Tarka's isolytic weapon, which gives you a drip of isolytic artifacts, tokens, which is cool. Um, this prime lets you get the anomaly rolls, which I talked about. And then there are the other random, this is for the mantis. I got it. These FT things are very cheap, so I picked up that one. Picked up that one. These you'll get in with your whip. So don't worry about these. I would not worry about these. These you get on your whip. This one. So yeah, okay. That's the forbidden text. And if very important, actually, quite important along with these is this for your for the forbidden tech for Voyager. That's quite important. That's very important actually. Cool. After forbidden techs, primes, and Paris, then we're gonna look at there are full unlocks for artifacts. These give you hull health, and they give you quite a lot. So a single artifact uh, packet there is a full unlock of the artifact, and they give you. Let's take a look at my. I don't have the many. We can look at them elsewhere, but even at level 4, it's 325% hull health. Now, obviously, hull health is quite a diluted stat, but it's there. It's quite nice to pick up. This one was bugged for this round, and this one cost 500. And I suggest while the shop's up, if you've still got credits and you haven't spent them yet, grab a couple of these if you can. They costed 500. It was 1/5 of the price of a normal one. It was a mistake on their part, and we all took advantage of it. Alrighty, going on to so these ones give you hull health, and these ones give you shield, and they are also specific for the ship. That's this one, and this one. After that, and worth notably mentioning that these are not necessarily in order. Everything's nice. You must choose what's good for your playstyle and what you're wanting. What I suggest for everyone to consider is if you have not unlocked Enterprise E Picard. I know we've got now the new Tolra officer that gives loot, but it's sort of it, it's for armadas, but you're gonna find a lot of people using it just for hostiles as well. It's not a big deal. It's not that much more important, but this does give Enterprise E Picard and Enterprise E Data give you a lot more hostile killing capability because they give you isolytic cascade as opposed to armada specific buffs. But it's not the biggest deal, but it is very nice to have. And if you're doing hostile hunting, having EE Picard with data, and then whatever you want on the side. If you want more loot, you have 5 of 11. Me personally, I use a lot of Cowron for impulse speed, but whatever. So I would have said this was incredibly important to get, but maybe a little bit less so now that we have already another loot officer in the game that people are going to be using. Still though, having a loot officer with an ability that works on hostiles is going to be very nice as well. Just gives you that same loot ability that you can have with Tolra and whatnot, but it gives you an actual ability that's going to help you kill the hostiles. Riker is incredibly cool officer. This officer, like, giving 50% impulse speed, you're going to use it on just about any time you're farming smaller stuff. You're going to use it in waves. You're going to be using him everywhere. Freeman was the premium PvP officer. She still is very good. And the new Mirror Picard stuff is stronger, admittedly. But they sort of do different things. And when there becomes a crew that will then sort of become stronger than Mirror Picard, that can take out Mirror Picard and go in long rounds, then Freeman might come back. But for now, she used to be the premium PvP officer. She isn't anymore. So getting an unlock on these two, I think, is really cool. And for the price that they cost, and there's 20 available, you can get quite a lot of shards here. You can look at getting almost 40. You can get 40 shards of this in an event. Cool. That's the shop discussed. I don't think I've left out anything. For all of those infographics and stuff, there is in our Discord, and you can check out my channel. This is now where we're going to look at a little bit of the Emerald Chain. We got straight up to, I think we got 7. Let's take a look. Yeah, we got 6. So that unlocks our Borg cube transwarp cube thing, and that is, you get 8 shards there. It's also fairly cheap. Personally, I have some value there. I like the Borg cube a little bit, so go for it there. It's quite cheap as well. So then, looking back at the shop, and here I'm going to talk briefly about the tasks. Obviously, we can't see them now. How to play the event, and how this latest iteration of tasks, how to maximize scoring for next time. So we get about 10,000 base for just staying in the Alliance League itself. In Master, you get 9,700 whatever, and or 9,300, and it's the same all the way down. So we're not pushing for these, but so assuming we're getting a base income of this of let's go 9,350, right? Now this event was 5 days. We don't know if it's gonna. The previous one was 3 days. We don't know if it's gonna be 3 days or 5 days. But in order to score some really nice cheap extra credits, and you can get a lot of extra credits actually if you plan this event properly, is first off, make sure that at the beginning of the event, in fact even if it's 3 days, you can, with a bit of luck, you can actually, even with 3 days, you can double pull the tasks that give you 500 rare or epic Dominion credits. Let me get this up and I'm going to show you. Okay, so alright, so these are the tasks. Now, what you're wanting to be doing are these top two. Alright? So at the start of the event, if it's 3 days, you're going to be wanting to do it in the first 2 hours. You're going to want to do 2 of these so that you can do then, because the 22-hour cooldown, you can sort of wangle it that you have your pull up ready as the event goes. But with 5 days, you have a lot more give, so that you want to be able to, on day 1, pull both of these. These are your epic credit pulls from your refinery and your faction. So we go to here, and it's this one. You're wanting to be able to pull 3 chests of Borg solos to give you the 600, to give you the 500 directives. It's that easy. You click the mission, you click the task, you accept the task, You come in here, you click 3 chests, boom, done. You get 4,400. Let's go, you get 4,400 um, credits that you can spend then in the shop, and you get another 12 rerolls that you can help to get your next task, which is you want to get the Dominion solos. Obviously, it's in any order that you want. So then you'll go into the Dominion ones, you'll find your Dominion solos, and this is when we need everyone helping. Everyone in the lines, please help roll these missions, because these are the missions that score us the points that enable us to win the alliance events, stay unrelegated, and get effectively everyone in the alliance the nice 9,300 base thing plus the emerald chain stuff plus, you know. So for the Dominion solos, you'll be going in here, and this one you only have to pull 2 chests. 2 chests here will give you 500 epic Dominion solos, which allows you to then pull this. Now if you can pull this on the first 2 days, it'll come, and we have another 5-day event, it'll then come up on day 5, and then we'll be able to pull it again, giving you, just with these 2, you saw how much effort it is. Accept the task, turn it in, get that. With just these 2, we're going to add another 8,800 just with these 2 on day 1, and then if you get to do it on day 4 or day 5 again, we're going to plus another 8,800. Cool. So then what happens, the other big one to get is, what you can do is if you are Ops 40 and you have a NX01, hit me up and I can help you. There's tons of details in here on how to crew for the NX01 to get your massive amounts of tech modules, which then lets you pull from here. It lets you pull these, right? This gives you 29, depending on your tier of your NX01. This gives you uncommon Borg credits, right? So if from now you save up, right? I get 200 a day. You can get more. You can get up to 300 a day, depending on if you leveled up the favor, that increases it. But with 200 a day, and say the Alliance tournament comes once every 30 days, that gives you 6,000 of these, right? Maybe a little bit over 31 days, whatever. So you get just over 6,000 of these, right? I can tell you that 2,000 of them gives you basically, I needed to use 2,100, gives me a 6,000 increase in Borg uncommon credits. Would you look at that? We have uncommon Borg credits acquire 6,000, gives a full another 4,400 and 12 more rerolls to find more of the things that we can. So effectively, you should, if you're saving up these throughout the month, and assuming we don't know the time frame of these alliance tournaments, if they're once a month, maybe a little bit more, you can pull that 3 times in an event. Both Fingers and I pulled it 3 times. I think quite a few other people pulled it 3 times. So then we're going to plus another 4,400. And now we're looking at, with only those events, just clicking a few clicks, accept quest, claim some opportunity quests, chips, or accept the quest, go pull your refineries, you're looking at over 31,000 Alliance credits per event. Now if you look back at the shop, 31,000 Alliance credits events, and as you'll see with my shop, because I didn't get 31,000, I got maybe 26,000 or something, because I didn't get to pull the Dom one twice because I couldn't find it. But you get to pull everything that you want. I pulled max here, I pulled max here, I pulled max here, I pulled max there. I got a couple of these, I got 2 of these, I got 1 of those, I got I got a couple of the shield health ones. I got for interceptors for battleships. I pulled max ship primes here. I got this. I got two Tom Paris buckets because I sort of like to get Tom Paris up at some point. You can get that. Or if you want to, you could look at a couple of the primes plus a full unlock of a full 40 shards of Enterprise Epic card, etc. However you want. Anyway, this is just a quick thing on basically what's in the shop, how you can get a fair amount of credits, how to then spend your credits, and what to prepare for the next one. With that little bit of preparation, you can see how much you can get. It's incredible how much you can get with 31,000 credits. And that's a bit of prep. Alright guys, it's been probably my longest video that I've made. I hope I haven't bored everyone to death. Go well. Thanks for all the winning hype. And yeah, you see why these are so valuable for everyone to please, if you've got rerolls, you get 12 a day. Help everyone else to get those 10k missions they're looking for. Once you complete the 10k missions, you get another 12 rerolls. Help your friends get the 10k missions. Let's just help each other. And that's in this alliance thing. I know it's unintended, but I think it's supposed to be like, everyone completing together. But no, I think helping each other find the tasks is actually more of the alliance coming together, other than people fighting for a task or whatnot. But helping each other find the tasks that we need, and brings the alliance together in that way. So well done, guys. That's it for me.